This is Starry Ari's ASMR. I am Ari, and in this video, I would like to show you my process for putting on press-on nails. So you can see that my nails are bare right now. So I thought I would just kind of take you through my process of picking out the sets. And I believe all of the sets that I've kind of set aside that I want to choose from today, I already have nails in each set that I've filed down or cut down to my preference. So I won't be showing you that today. So this will kind of just be the process of me applying them. Now, I am no nail technician. I am sure that I make many mistakes that people will cringe at. But this process works for me, and there are some things that I do specifically to make it easier for me to remove the nails. So oftentimes when I'm wearing press-ons just in my day-to-day, or if I put on a set for filming videos, I don't necessarily do all of the prep on my nails that could help the longevity, like help the adhesive tabs stay on for longer, because usually I want to take the nails off at the end of the day. So there are some things that you can do that I won't be doing today to make things last longer, and I'm doing this process purposefully. I know that I could make things last longer if I do things differently, and sometimes if I'm wearing my nails for a special event or a special occasion, I do those extra steps because I really want to make sure that the nails aren't coming off. But today, I have a few sets of nails that I want to choose from. So these are the sets of nails that I've kind of taken out of my collection that I think that I want to choose from. I think that you've seen these three. I don't know. I don't think I had these ones in my nail collection show and tell. So I think these are newer, but I have worn them and I really liked them. I didn't think that I would, but I thought that these were really cute. They've got this kind of blue-gray marble swirl on these detail nails with a little bit of flecks of gold along the line, and then it's like these almost like denim blue color, so they're really cute. I really liked these ones. And then these ones are just my regular white nails, but they do have some slight shimmer. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up because of the plastic covering them, but they do have a little bit of a slight shimmer. And then these ones are kind of my like pink nude kind of nails, almost shifting into a slight kind of taupe color with kind of these sparkly gold accent nails. And then we have these kind of purple nails with these fun kind of rose gold tips at the end. So I'm just kind of thinking through which set I might want to put on. I think that I'm just going to put on a set today for filming. And I have worn all of these in videos. But I feel like the last couple of weeks I've gone for like fun patterns and, lots of sparkles. And even though these ones do have some sparkles and shimmer and almost like a glassy effect, I'm kind of leaning towards these ones. And it might be a faux pas to wear white nails outside of certain seasons. I don't care. With my style and makeup and clothes and whatnot, I do what I like. I don't really keep in mind the current trend. If it doesn't suit me, I don't do it. And I just kind of do what I'm feeling. So I think I'm feeling white nails. I think that they're just kind of classic. And I think that these ones are just so pretty. So I'm going to move these off to the side. And just get them out of the way here. So these ones are the ones that I've chosen. And then I also usually will push back my cuticles just a little bit. So I've already done that today. I have this little tool and it just makes it really easy just to push back all of your cuticles. So I've already done that. I'm not the best at it. I don't make it perfect, but it does make it a little bit easier for me to set the nails kind of flush against my skin so that it's really laying flat with my nail bed. I did want to mention, so before I take the nails out, a few things that you can do besides just pushing your cuticles back. So what you can do to prep your nails to make the application last longer. You can wipe your nails down with something like this. This is just a pad or a wipe that has isopropyl alcohol. So if you have another alcohol wipe, you can just wipe that on your nails and it helps get rid of any of those natural nail oils, or maybe if you put lotion or moisturizer on your hands or something, it kind of helps dry out your nails. And then you can take something like this. This is just kind of a buffer pad, and it just kind of roughens up the top part of your nail, and it helps with the adhesive. It just kind of gives it something more to grip onto. I am not doing either of those things today because, like I said, today I'm just kind of wearing the nails for the day, and I want to be able to take them off at the end of the day easily. And I find that when I do those steps, it makes it a little bit harder because, you're trying to get the nails to last longer. So I'm not going to worry about doing that today. But I'm going to go ahead and open this one up. This is what it looks like on the inside. It has this plastic kind of case that the nails are in. And then in the back here you see that there's an extra compartment. This is just an extra cuticle pusher and then some nail glue. I'm not going to use the nail glue today. I'm going to use adhesive tabs. I'm just going to open this up. So this is in a top case. There's an extra piece of plastic that I could take off if I wanted to remove these nails. But I know, because I've already used this set a few times, I know that these are all of the extra nails that don't quite fit my nail beds. So I just have them in the display window here, so it makes it easy for me to see which pack these are. So I'm going to set these ones just off to the side here. And then here is the container that I have with the nails that I know fit my nail beds. And I have already trimmed these ones and filed them down to my preferred shape. So you can see that this nail is actually quite a bit shorter and a little bit more round than these nails at the tip. So these were the original, and then this is what I kind of filed it down to. I'm just going to take these out. And then I'm going to set this just underneath this one here. Actually, I'm going to put the paper first. There we go. So these are the nails from this set. So now I just need to separate them out for each hand. So right off the bat, I know that these are the nails for my thumbs, because these are the largest ones and they fit very nicely. So I'm going to start by just setting those there, and then I kind of work out this way. So this one will be for my left hand, and then this one will be for my right hand. So next, I kind of go with what is easiest and just kind of catching my eye. I know that these ones, these kind of small ones, are for my pinkies. So I'm going to put these kind of at the end here. And then most nails, if you haven't used press-ons, usually on the underneath of the nail, there is a little printed number. And so that tells you the size of the nail. However, because I trimmed and filed these, the number is usually right at the tip, and so I trimmed and filed the number off, but that's okay because I feel like I'm still quite able to figure out and just kind of fit the nails and figure out exactly which finger they're supposed to go onto. So like this one I know is for my ring finger, and honestly my ring finger and my pointer finger are quite similar in size. Usually they can be pretty interchangeable. My middle finger is just a tad bit larger, a tad bit wider than the nail bed on my pointer and my ring finger. So that one usually needs a slightly larger nail. So like this one looks okay, but I know that it feels a little bit tight. So I know that this one kind of goes on either my ring or my pointer finger. For now, I'm going to put that here. And this one also looks a little bit smaller. So I think that could go, let's put that on my ring finger over here. And then these look like the next kind of largest. So I think that these perfectly for my middle fingers. And then these last two fit perfectly for my ring, or sorry, my pointer finger. Here we go. So I have sorted out the sizes and figured out where they need to go. So my next step, I'm going to grab my nail adhesive tabs. I just got these off of Amazon. I think that they're pretty good. So I'm just gonna open it up. And I already have a couple of sheets here that I've started to use. So I'm gonna pull those out. And then I'll show you kind of what we're working with. So these sheets, it's a little hard to see because they are clear. These sheets have a bunch of little adhesive tabs, and I've already used a few of them on this one. And then this one here, I've actually used almost all of them except for 3. And these ones usually just fit my thumb. Like they're pretty large. And so I usually end up having a few extras of these sizes. So for today, I think that I am going to try and use up these. I like to try and use up a full sheet, but I inevitably end up with extras. So my next step is going to be peeling these off and putting them on my press-ons. This is one of those steps where I think that people prefer to put the adhesive tabs directly on their nail, and I think that that helps actually with the longevity and helps it really stick on your nail better than when you just put them on the fake press-on nails. But this is one of those steps that I do differently for the reason that I am going to try and take these off at the end of the day. So I have found that process is easier for me taking them off. It's easier for me when I put the adhesive tabs on the press-on nails directly themselves. So that's what I'm going to do today. So usually my first bit is that I peel this off the plastic, and then I grab one of my press-ons, and then I kind of line it up right at the end. Might be a little hard for you to see with everything being clear, but then I just really press it down into the nail, just like that. And then it has this little tab. This part isn't adhesive. This little tab makes it easy for you to grab the plastic and just lift it up. So I just make sure that that's really pressed down into the nail. And then I'm going to set that back down. I like to have everything kind of ready to go before I start putting them on my nails. So I like to make sure that all of the nails have the adhesive tabs first. Next, I'm going to do the other thumb. And I'm just kind of lining it up right at the end of the nail, and then just really pressing in. And making sure that it is stuck right there. Okay. So now I'm going to kind of look and see. I think that this size usually works pretty well for the pointer fingernail. pressing that in. And there we go. And then usually this process of once I've picked out a set of nails that I want to wear, taking them out, putting the adhesive tabs on, and then putting the tabs or the nails on my hands usually takes about 10 minutes. So it really doesn't take very long at all. Okay, so this entire hand now has all of the adhesive tabs on the nails. Now I'm going to do these last 4 for my right hand. So if you end up preferring to put the adhesive tabs on the nails, you can even take something like this and just really make sure that it is fully adhered to the nail. But I think that if you were really wanting to make sure that they last long, you'd probably be better off putting the adhesive tabs on your actual bare nails. There we go. Okay, so these all now have the adhesive tabs on them. So I'm going to move this just off to the side here. So the next thing that I like to do is grab a pair of tweezers. And this just makes it easier for me to peel the plastic backing off of the adhesive tabs. And then the plastic backing can kind of be pesky to clean up. So I like to just flip over the plastic container for whichever nails I'm using. And then I put the plastic just right in here, and then that way, once I'm done, I can just take this over to the trash can and just dump it out. And that way I don't have plastic bits everywhere on my desk or on my counter, and I'm not having to constantly go over to the trash can. So I'm going to start with this nail here. So this is the thumbnail for my left hand. And then that little plastic tab sticking up, I'm just going to grab it with the tweezers and then just pull it up. And then now we have that plastic backing and the adhesive is my thumb. So what I like to do is just kind of line it up with the edge there. And I like to go, I think that it's recommended to do like a 45-degree angle, but I like to kind of point it downwards at my cuticle, really push it and make sure that it's there, and then I press it onto my finger. I like to just really press, make sure that it is on there nice and secure, because even though I want to take things off at the end of the day, I also don't want my nails just constantly popping off. So I do want to make sure that it's at least on there. Okay. And there we go. That one is pretty good. I have worn these nails quite a few times, so they are kind of lifting up at the edges a tiny bit. It's a little hard to see. I don't really mind that too much. I think that they still look nice. So that's my first nail done. So now I'm just going to do that process for all of these other ones. I do love these nails. They're just like so subtle. They've just got that really kind of glassy look. I think that they're just really elegant and pretty. I'm trying not to flip off the camera with my middle finger. There we go. This is one of those situations, it's like the plastic gets a little staticky and then it wants to stick on everything. Again, I'm sure that much of this process is cringy to people that actually know and do nails, but it works for me. I also feel like my hands are a little shaky today. I had some caffeinated black tea with breakfast this morning, so okay. There we go. So I have one hand complete. I'm just going to go back through and really press on these kind of ends to make sure that they all feel nice and secure. Okay, so I'm going to move on to these ones. Sometimes they're a little bit stubborn and don't want to come off right away. But we got that one. really pressing down, making sure that it's nice and straight with my finger. Which I do think is important because pretty much everyone has fingers that don't necessarily go straight. So you can see my pointer finger has a tiny, tiny little curve in it. So it's really important for me when I'm doing the nails on those that I'm following that natural curve. And that way it looks a lot more natural on my nails rather than if I tried to have everything perfectly straight across. Okay, so I've got my thumbnail here. I also don't even know if that is what is recommended, but I find that just, it looks better to me than if I forced this one to be, I don't know, kind of more straight like this. Like I just don't think that it would look as nice. It wouldn't look as natural. I mean, not saying that these really look like they're my natural nails, but I just like having them kind of go in the growth pattern of my actual nails, or the growth direction. Just really pressing that down. There we go. There we go. That one feels pretty good. There have been times when I was peeling the plastic off and the adhesive tab wasn't fully adhered down to the nail and the tab started lifting up. And once it does that, sometimes I can kind of press it down and reuse it, but sometimes if it's lifted up enough, I just have to take the whole thing off and then put a new adhesive tab on it. Okay. We're on to the last nail here. This is just my last pinky nail. Just really going to press that down. there we go. So I now have all of my press-ons nice and secure for the day. And then at the end of the day, when I'm ready to take these off, I like to fill my sink with warm, soapy water and just set my hands in it. Maybe just for 10 minutes, I put a video on or something in the background. And then the adhesive tab usually has kind of loosened up enough at that point that I'm able to really just gently pry the nails off of my natural nails. And usually that process works pretty well, especially when I haven't taken as many precautions or preparations as I could have to make sure that it adhered fully. And I don't know how well that process works when you put the adhesive tab just straight on your nail, your natural nail, I mean. But I've now got these nice white nails on. You can kind of see it here. They've got just a really, really subtle shimmer, just that really kind of light, glassy effect. I really like these ones because kind of on first glance they just look like white nails, but then you just kind of catch the light just barely and you see all of that shimmer. And now in this case I have all of these kind of plastic tabs. And once I'm done filming, I'll go dump this in the trash. I'll just tip it over and put all of these little bits in the trash. So now I have these nice press-ons. I hope that you enjoyed watching me put them on and maybe learned something. I don't know if I would recommend following my process, but you know, you do you. So now I've got these nice kind of tippy, tappy, clicky nails. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.